My name is Dr. Edward Bassingthwaite. I'm a mobile holistic vet and I live in the Northern Rivers in New South Wales. I'm on my way to go and see little mate. He's an old Jack Russell with arthritis and some heart failure issues, and we're going to have a check-up and see how he's been going on his medical marijuana. I might be the early bird in Australia doing this.
When I first heard people in Australia were giving weed to their pets, this is what I had in mind. But the reality, as it turns out, is a lot more boring. That's because the doggos aren't actually getting high. At most, they might just feel a bit drowsy.
G'day, King.
Hello, Dr. Edward. How are you handling the heat?
King's probably one of the last people I thought would be open to medical marijuana.
Cannabis? No, it's never been in our world. Yeah, no. Wrong generation to have cannabis in our world. No.
No, neither of us have smoked, so. When he first got sick, he couldn't jump as much as he used to. He wasn't as active, and the first day that Dr. Edwards came, well, he was lying on his bed inside and he just wouldn't even lift his head.
He's gone from being unwilling to go for a walk at all to being happy and excited to go for quite long walks. And another really unexpected thing was that his heart murmur improved, which is something that I've not seen before in 20 years of practice.
Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah, it was a second leaf sunlight, yeah.
Cases that may benefit, certainly older animals with arthritis, animals with epilepsy, animals with immune troubles like allergies and itches, and anxious animals with separation anxiety.
See, what this vet is recommending isn't the same stuff that's powering drum circles on beaches across Australia.
You absolutely should not give your pet marijuana that you've bought for your personal use, okay?
Okay. Instead, what Dr. Bassingthwaite is talking about is medicinal marijuana that comes in an oil form. The cannabis plant contains dozens of components which are called cannabinoids. Among them are THC and CBD. Both reportedly may have therapeutic effects, but THC makes people feel high and can be toxic to animals. CBD, on the other hand, has very little to no toxicity.
It can make the dogs a bit chilled. It doesn't have a strong psychoactive effect, but it can have a slight sedative effect, for instance.
Up you get. Come on, mate. Medicine time.
After he has it, does he seem stoned?
What happens if he has a high? No, he doesn't have a high. You don't notice. You wouldn't know that he's had it or not. We can tell, but the average person wouldn't know.
How can you tell?
Oh, just the look on his face when you go and get the bottle out of the fridge. Hey, that's good, isn't it, mate, hey? In the respect of improving his life, it hasn't helped his hearing. He's still deaf.
Like me.
But other than that, it's made a big difference to him. Huge. In his whole outlook on life.
But not everyone is convinced.
I think at this current point in time, the recommendation of medical marijuana to pets and their owners is too premature. My name is Philip Brain, I'm a small animal medicine specialist. We certainly see the toxic effects of animals that are exposed to marijuana in general. I think that we are well enough aware of those effects to be somewhat cautious in the recommendation of medical marijuana and to be aware of the potential for those drugs to cause side effects. Currently the evidence is all anecdotal and that is fraught with danger. To recommend a drug where that testing hasn't been done, I think is not responsible.
Medicinal marijuana is a lucrative business. It's worth an estimated $7 billion in the US alone. And even though the legalities are a bit weird here in Australia, one ASX-listed company already has plans to cash in.
I don't believe that this hideously expensive, drawn-out regulatory process for herbs like marijuana is anything but a money grab by big companies. How many marijuana overdoses go to the hospital on the weekend? I'll tell you how many. None. They just don't. People just curl up on the couch and eat a packet of chips.
Vets in Australia can already legally prescribe CBD to use in animals, but the process is tedious. They have to get permission from one government agency to prescribe it, and then permission from another government agency to import it.
I haven't tried doing it. It seems just impossible. It's so difficult.
Instead, Edward works within a legal grey area.
What I do is I talk to people about it and I say, if you wish to use CBD as a supplement for your animal, it might be helpful, but you'll have to go and find it.
After doing their own research, King and Marine decided to go for a cold-pressed THC substance, which is illegal in Australia.
I suppose we were a bit apprehensive about what to do because it is illegal and who to ask. But in the end, it was his life against what was likely to happen to us. It was a good learning curve. It took us quite, I suppose, 6 weeks to 2 months before we picked up courage to go and over to Nimbin.
It's a position neither of them thought they'd ever find themselves in.
It's wrong that it should be made illegal like it is, and that we should have to worry about driving along the street with our supplies. Although they don't seem to think that two oldies like this would be picked up, but you never know.
Oh no, it doesn't stop us. For as long as he's alive, we'll continue to supply him with the medical marijuana, yes.